All right, let's start with the latest on the detention of the 129 students in the United States, where India has now issued a démarche to the American embassy seeking immediate consular access for the detained students. Now, the Ministry of External Affairs has said that India is very closely monitoring the situation and is taking proactive measures to address the situation. Now, speaking exclusively to Wion, legal advisor to the Indian consulate in Houston, Nakul Goenka has said that the consulate officials have already met with the detained students and that the Indian consulate is taking legal advice to understand the applicable framework in this particular case. Now, Goenka has also said that the legal process could in fact stretch to several years, and ultimately it is the students and their families who will have to engage an attorney and decide the right course of action. Remember, all 129 Indian students were arrested for enrolling in a fake university that had been set up by undercover agents from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security to expose the so-called pay-to-stay immigration fraud. Washington has said that all the students, in fact, face deportation charges and have been put under detention. Now, some of the students have also been put under some kind of house arrest as well, with a tracking device on their ankle. And this prohibits them from moving out of a designated area in their neighborhood. Now, India has said that the students might have been duped into enrolling in the university and therefore they should be treated differently from the recruiters who have duped them. And let's also listen in to Harshvardhan Shringla, the Indian ambassador to the United States, in terms of what he had to say on this issue.
And we're doing whatever we can. We've got good support from the community associations, from a lot of Indian citizens who have come forward to offer support. And also people of Indian origin in the United States. And so I think the students must be completely reassured that they're not alone. The way to the government of India is behind them. The way to the community in the United States is there, and that we will do whatever we can to assist them in this difficult time.
That's very assuring. Thank you so much for talking to ANI.
You're most welcome.
All right, so this is what the situation is until this point of time. 129 students, they have been detained in the United States after the Homeland Security officials there had set up a fake university. There were 8 of these individuals who have been detained for duping students in what is being described as the pay-to-stay visa scam. Now, reportedly, these students had enrolled in a university that does not exist, and they'd gone there for the purpose of working and had gone there on a study student visa. Now, the United States administration's officials have accused that these students were actually complicit in this fraud. They were in the know that this university does not exist. They also knew that they were not going there to study, and therefore they will be treated as people who are trying to misuse the student visa. However, information which has come in has actually states something contrary to that. It says that the 129 students, they were in fact duped by about 8 of these agents who had taken them on the pretext of getting them a student visa. So how did the U.S. Department of Homeland Security carry out an operation by setting up a fake university in the Farmington Hills in Michigan? Now, the University of Farmington seemed pretty real at first glance. The school boasted of innovative curriculum, combining traditional instruction and distance learning with full-time professional experiences, according to its website. Now, with a tuition fee of $8,500 per year and mechatronics amongst its offered courses, the school seemed like that of a great value, but it had no curriculum, no classes and no real students. The university was not real. It was created as a part of an undercover law enforcement operation in what the authorities called a pay-to-stay scheme. The foreign students, it is now being alleged, knowingly enrolled in this fake school to falsely maintain their student visa status and remain in the United States. This is according to the prosecutors in the United States. All right, now for more on this, we are joined in by my colleague Siddhant Sibal, who's joining us with more information on this. Good morning to Siddhant. Now, this is a shocking case where there are developments that are taking place thick and fast. The prosecutors, in fact, say that all these 129 students were complicit in this pay-to-stay scam, and therefore they will be treated differently. But what is in fact being said from the other side is that, look, these are students who have been duped on the pretext of, in fact, studying in the United States. Do we have more information in terms of what their family members have said, and how the Indian government intends to take this matter further?
Well, I've spoken to the consular, which is providing legal aid to the Indian consulate in Houston, who has said that basically this entire case can take weeks and months. And he basically said that they are, of course, they're providing legal aid, but this is a case which is kind of fragile, because at one side, the Indian government is saying that they were duped by the people, by the 8 Indians who were involved in the scam for last 2 years and helped more than 600 people to stay in United States by using this fake student visa through this fake university. While Indian government has been saying that they are being duped, right? They were duped and they had no idea. We have seen the legal papers, the court papers in the United States, and of course the immigration authorities have clearly mentioned that these people knew that the Homeland Security had not given authorization to this university, and even then they were enrolled there, and basically they were part of this pay to stay scheme, and in which they were paying to these people who were the so-called dupers, and these people were giving them the due authorization so that they can give this to the US immigration authorities and extend their student visa. So it obviously is it's a fragile case. Of course, the Indian government has sent a demarche to the United States Embassy, and of course it's taking up at the highest priority. I also spoke to a Deputy Consulate General in Houston who, just a few hours ago, who said that the second batch of students met with the consular officers. Remember, on Friday, the 2 batches met, and on Saturday, the third batch met. So clearly, India is taking the entire case at the highest priority.
Absolutely, indeed. We'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed, Siddhant Sibal, for joining us and getting us the latest on this story. We'll, of course, come back to you as the story unfolds. But